Hey, what's up triathletes? Taren here. 2016 is almost over, so today we are going to go through our annual Best Triathletes of 2016. It's going to include Ironman, Half Ironman, and ITU athletes. The tippy top of the best of the year. Stick around for it. In 5th place, starting out the list, is female Bermuda triathlete Flora Duffy, who topped the ITU points ranking for the year after picking up 3 wins in Stockholm, the World Cup, and the Grand Final in Cozumel. She did finish a disappointing 8th in the Olympics after I picked her to be one of the favorites, but I think she deserves a spot on the list because of her well-roundedness. And this comes after another win at the 2016 Xterra Off-Road World Championships.
I appreciate a good bit of well-roundedness in a triathlete.
In 4th spot, I've got to go with 2 gentlemen. I definitely have to give Mola a shout out after topping the list in the ITU points ranking list and winning 5 events in Hamburg, Yokohama, the Gold Coast, the World Cup, and Abu Dhabi. But he finished a pretty unspectacular 8th in the Olympics after I thought he was going to do much better than that. And let's face it, 2016 was all about getting that Olympic gold for the favorites coming into the year. The other tied for 4th triathlete had the exact opposite year, and that's Allistair Brownlee, who came home with Olympic gold after defending his title in Rio de Janeiro. But he only raced in 4 ITU events. However, he came out with 2 wins in those ITU events at Stockholm and Leeds. So because Allistair came home with the most important trophy of all,
Gold at West,
I've got to give Allistair the edge and say that he wins 4A while Mola wins 4B. In 3rd place was last year's best triathlete of the year in my opinion, Gwen Jorgensen. 2016 was another great season and Gwen is obviously a complete stud in triathlon. However, it wasn't nearly as dominant as 2015. She was 2nd in the ITU points rankings list, however she came out with 3 wins at Leeds, Stockholm, and the World Cup. But she gets that 3rd place spot in the Triathlon Taren Triathletes of the Year award, which is almost as sought after as what Gwen actually came home with. Olympic gold! I love gold. The athlete who I thought had the 2nd best year in 2016 is Daniela Ryf, who I had a hell of a time not picking for the top spot on this list, especially after her all-time record-setting, groundbreaking, bitch-slapping the competition performance in Kona this year. I mean, she set the course record in Kona and had enough energy to sprint across the finish line and jump through the tape. It was incredible. And it's kind of weird to say that after a performance as good as that Daniela Ryf doesn't get the top spot on this list, because in the rest of the season, she only won Challenge Roth and didn't set a world record, and she only finished 4th in the Ironman 70.3 World Championships. Her performances this year were fantastic, but when you're going up against people the likes of Frodeno, it's tough to edge out for that top spot this year. Frodeno's 2 big races were the blistering fast Challenge Roth and the Big Show in Kona. In Challenge Roth, he went into it and smashed the all-time world record at Ironman distance racing, coming in 6 minutes ahead of the previous record set by Andreas Rehler in 2011, and he clocked a time of 7:35:39. Then he went on to Kona, and on a day that was really hot, and he wasn't challenged for basically the entire back half of the marathon, he still put in the 3rd fastest Kona race in history at 8:06:30. And what's happening with Jan is that he's setting these records and making it look easy. Sure, he's saying that he really suffers out there on the course.
Especially those last 10Ks in the marathon, I was just like, oh man, why? You know why?
But I see a lot of people suffering out there a lot worse and not looking nearly as good as Jan does out there. And those 2 races are why I think that Jan Frodeno had the best season of any triathlete in 2016. Now, whether you think I'm right or wrong, A, I don't care because and B, of the top 4, Brownlee, Jorgensen, Ryf, or Frodeno, what we're seeing are 4 triathletes who I think are setting records all across the world and will for years to come as long as they stay healthy and stay motivated. These are athletes that are more talented than I think a lot of the triathletes that we've ever seen in the history of triathlon races. Thank you for watching. Tell me who you think had the best season in triathlon. Tell me if you think people should have been on the list who weren't on the list, or people who are on the list who shouldn't be on the list, and if you think that the list should be jimmy-rigged around a little bit. As always, triathletes, happy and hard training, and good luck in your next triathlon. Record. Oh, that looked really pretty.